You paid for Cuban heritage. You got a Danish corporation. The Cohiba in your humidor, the Partagas you bought last week, the Macanudo you're saving for a special occasion, all owned by Scandinavian Tobacco Group, a company based in Copenhagen that sells 3 billion cigars a year. And it gets worse. Half of Cuba's legendary Habanos SA was sold to an Asian investment consortium for $1.3 billion. So much for old Havana tradition. That Nicaraguan cigar you paid extra for, the label means nothing. The industry defines country of origin by where it's rolled, not where the tobacco grows. Your Nicaraguan could be 100% Dominican tobacco. Premium cigars carry markups of 100 to 300%. That $25 stick costs the shop $8, and the rating's telling you what to buy. Even Cigar Aficionado admits their cigar of the year isn't purely score-based. The editor said buzz and newness factor in. 15 facts that expose what cigar brands never wanted you to know. Let's go. March 11th, 2024. Miami police kicked in the door of El Baratón on West Flagler Street and walked into a $1 million counterfeiting operation. Jorge Gomero, 52, ran it. Inside, they found 4,499 counterfeit cigar boxes. Total value of the seized packaging alone, $1.12 million. Cohiba, Montecristo, Romeo, Julieta, Trinidad, Partagas. Thousands of labels ready to wrap whatever fit. That's the box your vacation Cohibas came in. The boxes were empty because the operation wasn't about the tobacco. It was about the wrappers, the bands, the holographic seals. Fill them with whatever fits. Sell them as the real thing. Police called Altadis USA to verify the fakes. Altadis runs the authentication program for Cuban brands outside the island. A police spokesperson described what they've found inside counterfeits before: hair, bodies of insects, formaldehyde. Your buddy brought back a box of Cohibas from his Caribbean vacation. You believed him. 9 times out of 10, according to La Casa del Habano in Montreal, boxes brought in by travelers are fake. In tourist heavy destinations like Havana and Cancun, the counterfeit rate on street sales approaches 100%. Your friend didn't bring you Cuban heritage. He brought you floor sweepings wrapped in stolen graphics. I've smoked vacation, Cohibas myself, never thought to question the box. And the counterfeiting isn't small time. Spanish civil guards seized 33,840 fake cigars and 637,000 fake bands in a single raid. Here's how to spot them instantly. Glass top boxes. Habanos never makes them. If the lid is see-through, the cigars are fake. Barber pole wrappers with 2 colors spiraling together. Not in the Cuban portfolio, ever. If you want verification, Habanos runs a database. Check the serial number yourself before you light up. You thought cigars were the gentler option. You don't inhale, so you're fine. Here's what the CDC says about that. CDC's language is blunt. A large cigar can contain as much nicotine as an entire pack of cigarettes. Not similar to, equivalent to. 100 to 200 milligrams in a single stick versus 10 to 12 in a cigarette. That ratio sits at 10 to 20 times more nicotine per session. The myth that stays alive is the idea that you're safe because you don't inhale. Cigar smoke runs alkaline, above 7.0. That turns nicotine into freebase form, the kind that punches straight through your mouth tissue. You don't need to inhale. Your cheek is doing the work. Non-inhalers still absorb 1 to 4.5 milligrams per cigar, the equivalent of smoking 1 to 2 cigarettes, delivered without ever reaching your lungs. That occasional cigar you light at celebrations isn't occasional in terms of what it delivers. It's a compressed dose dressed up as leisure. Now multiply that delivery mechanism by what the smoke actually contains. The National Cancer Institute documented it. A large cigar emits up to 20 times more ammonia than a cigarette, 80 to 90 times more tobacco-specific nitrosamines. Those are the highly carcinogenic compounds that cause the cancers everyone wants to believe cigars avoid. Cigar smokers experience oral cancer mortality rates similar to or higher than cigarette smokers, even when they report not inhaling. Your mouth sits in that smoke for an hour. The tissue absorbs what you don't breathe in. The myth of the safe cigar is the fiction the industry depends on. The numbers don't support it. Nicaraguan. The word appears on the label. It means one thing: where the cigar was rolled, not where the tobacco came from. The industry defines country of origin by the rolling location, not the leaf source. Cigar Aficionado confirms it directly. A manufacturer in Honduras, their words, may not use a leaf of Honduran tobacco. Your Nicaraguan could be 100% Dominican filler wrapped in Ecuadorian binder and finished with a Connecticut shade leaf from Pennsylvania, all rolled in Esteli. That's what gets labeled Nicaraguan. The label becomes geography of labor, not agriculture. Cameroon wrapper sounds exotic until you learn some manufacturers use Cameroon seed tobacco grown in Ecuador, then label it Cameroon for marketing appeal. The seed traveled. The leaf never saw Africa. You're paying for a story, not a terroir. Two Cohibas exist, one made in Cuba since 1966, one made by General Cigar in the United States since 1978, using a name they knew Cuba already owned. The trademark board found General Cigar knew the Cuban Cohiba existed before they filed. Their internal notes show the trademark process began December 1977, 1 month after a Forbes article about Cuba's Cohiba. In May 2025, a federal court in Virginia canceled General Cigar's Cohiba trademark registrations, affirmed what the trademark board ruled in December 22. General Cigar, owned by Scandinavian Tobacco Group, continues selling anyway. They claim common law rights let them keep going while they appeal. The Red Dot Cohiba you can buy in the States is the brand a court ruled shouldn't exist. The embargo gave them cover to register a stolen name. The legal battle has lasted 26 years. The cigar you're smoking carries the name of a case still being fought. The word handmade appears on bands and boxes of cigars that cost $20 and up. The implication is clear. Skilled artisans crafting every element. The reality has a gray area wide enough to drive a truck through. Industry sources confirm the practice openly. A cigar can be machine bunched and machine bound, then finished with a wrapper leaf applied by hand. That brief intervention by a torcedor is enough to qualify for handmade labeling. 80% of the work done by automation, 20% human. The result sits in the same humidor as a cigar rolled entirely by hand from leaf to cap. Same label, same premium price. The standard is self-defined by the industry. No regulatory body enforces the distinction. 80% machine, 20% hand, 100% handmade on the label. You're standing in a London cigar shop. The humidor says Habanos. The band says Cuba. The profits go to Hong Kong. In September 2000, Altadis bought 50% of Habanos SA. That's Cuba's state tobacco monopoly, the parent company of every Cuban cigar exported anywhere. 20 years later, in 2020, Imperial Brands sold that stake for 1.225 billion euros. The buyer was Allied Cigar Corporation, an investment consortium traced to Asia. Half of what gets marketed as the soul of Cuban tobacco tradition is owned by investors in Hong Kong. The Cuban government still controls the other 50%, but the romantic image of old Havana families rolling cigars by lamplight, that hasn't been the business structure for decades. When you buy Cuban cigars anywhere outside the embargo, you're funding a joint venture between a communist state monopoly and an Asian investment group. The cigar in your humidor carries no warning label. The pack of cigarettes in the next room does. Here's why that gap exists. Cigarettes carry warning labels. Premium cigars don't have to, not because they're safer, because the industry sued and won. Premium cigars are now exempt from FDA regulation. That wasn't always the case. In 2016, the FDA extended authority to all cigars, treating them like cigarettes. The premium cigar industry sued. By August 2023, Judge Amit Mehta ruled the FDA acted arbitrarily and capriciously. Premium cigars got a carve-out. No warning labels required. No pre-market review. Cigarettes still carry mandated health warnings. Premium cigars don't have to. The Cigar Association of America spent a decade and over $100 million in user fees paid to the FDA during that period, then won the fees back. The industry lobbied, litigated, and now operates without the regulatory scrutiny cigarettes face. Your pack of cigarettes tells you the risks. The cigar in your humidor is under no such obligation. California tax on a carton of little cigars, $3.77. California tax on a carton of cigarettes, $16.76. That's a 77% discount for a product that's the same shape, the same size, and functionally the same delivery system. Filtered little cigars are classified as cigars to dodge the rules that apply to cigarettes. The Georgetown O'Neill Institute documented it. These products evade the Master Settlement Agreement. No youth marketing restrictions. Allowed in packs under 20. Allowed in vending machines. Allowed through mail order. All banned for cigarettes. The FDA sent warning letters in 2016 but took no enforcement action. The loophole stays open because calling something a cigar changes the legal category. Same smoke, different regulatory universe. One certified organic cigar exists on Earth, the Plasencia Reserva Original, OCIA certified since 2000. No other premium handmade cigar has achieved full organic certification anywhere. The reason is the paperwork. Organic certification requires documentation from every country where tobacco is grown, rolled, and sold. The cost and bureaucracy are prohibitive. No certification exists to tell you which ones aren't using pesticides. Conventional tobacco production uses synthetic pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. Industry insiders describe the historical practice plainly: heavy on synthetic fertilizer, heavy on pesticides, heavy on cedar logged from wherever was cheapest. Every other cigar marketed as natural or additive-free is making a claim without third-party verification. Retail markup on premium cigars runs 75 to 100% at baseline. That means the store pays $10, you pay $20. Rare cigars carry markups of 100 to 300%. The $25 cigar in your hand costs the shop $8. Now consider the worker who rolled it. In Esteli, Nicaragua, the center of premium cigar production, a torcedor earns approximately $9 a day. Your single cigar costs more than their daily wage. 65,000 people work in Nicaragua's tobacco industry. The wages are what makes production in these countries viable. The labor cost of your cigar is measured in cents. The U.S. Department of Labor lists Nicaragua among countries with documented child labor in tobacco. Oscar Tercios Chavarria Farm, the largest tobacco enterprise in Nicaragua, employed 1,150 children during peak harvest. The WHO says 1.3 million children work in tobacco fields. The U.S. says children as young as 12 can work on farms. Your cigar comes from somewhere on that map. They face exposure to green tobacco sickness, nicotine absorbed through wet leaves, the equivalent exposure of smoking nearly 50 cigarettes a day. In the United States, federal law allows children as young as 12 to work unlimited hours on farms, including tobacco fields, as long as they don't miss school. Human Rights Watch documented 12-hour days in extreme heat. Your cigar's supply chain runs through fields where children harvest the leaves. Cigar aficionados own numbers from their 2024 blind tasting averages. Cuba scored 90.81. Nicaragua scored 89.93. The difference is less than 1 point on a 100-point scale. The average price for the Cuban cigars tested was $54.06. The average price for the Nicaraguan cigars was $14.71, nearly 4 times the cost for less than 1 point of difference in blind scores. The mythology of Cuban superiority costs you $40 a cigar. Their own data undermines it. The ratings that should guide your purchase reveal the value gap the marketing obscures. What's in your humidor right now? You're paying for a story. The smoke doesn't know the difference. That's 15 facts about the industry selling you premium tradition. Heritage, corporate, organic, singular, handmade, negotiable. Labels, assembly geography, not agriculture. Ratings, subjective. Regulation, absent. Labor, cheap. Mythology, expensive. Some of you will defend your brand anyway. Maybe you remember when the name meant something. Are you still smoking the story? Buy from authorized Habanos retailers. Verify the hologram. Check the serial number on Habanos' own database. Now you know what the bands don't tell you. If you've worked in this industry, there's more you've seen that never makes it to consumers. Drop it in the comments. The next video depends on what you're willing to say.